What do you wish Hollywood would stop doing? Stop making films and TV shows that we cannot see because they are too dark and cannot hear what the FK people are saying. That would be a good start. I honestly think some VFX engineers stuffed up and others thought it was a trend and continued to underexpose. Series 8 of Game of Thrones was about 8 slightly different blank pixels running about the screen. Remakes of good movies. I don't understand why they remake good movies when there are tons of flops that have potential that they could remake, like there was absolutely no need to remake Total Recall. It's an iconic movie, but something like Aragon or The Golden Compass, those should get remakes. Characters getting punched multiple times in the face in one scene and having no signs of the trauma in the next scene. Or shot, but they remove the bullet in a dirty motel and sew it up with fucking twine and knitting needles so now it doesn't hurt anymore and they can go fight more bad guys unencumbered. Empty cups. I hate seeing people holding cups and pretending to take drinks from obviously empty cups. Their hands never move right, or if it's an open cup, you can literally see that it's empty. Like, at least add water so they have weight. You don't even actually have to put coffee or something in them. Showing incorrect CPR, shocking someone without a heart rhythm. And calls to 9-1-1. You cannot just hang up on them, they're gonna ask you a bunch of questions first. Having a main character whose job income level does not match their home or lifestyle at all, working at a fast food joint. Better have an apartment with great furniture all to yourself in Upper East Side Manhattan. Stop recreating bad versions of good classic movies. Stop using spectacular CGI to distract from a subpar plot. I'm looking at you, Disney. I always wondered what it would be like if people chose to remake bad stuff and make it better. It seems more logical. Adapting shit into live-action movies when they should really be animated. Examples include upcoming Mega Man, Pac-Man, and Minecraft movies, which are all set to be live-action. How do you make a live-action ghost-hunting sentient piece of cheese? What the hell would a live-action Pac-Man movie even look like? Treating child stars like shit. I was watching a YouTube video about Dan Schneider. Apparently Nickelodeon chose Florida to film their shows because of the lack of child labor laws. They also purposefully chose kids whose parents were more likely to be absent or neglectful so they could control the kids more. Like WTF shaky cam action fight scenes? No, this is not artistic. Your choreography just sucks, and you have to hide it. Whispering, mumbling dialogue, then cutting to a chase scene. Dramatic posing, close-ups, quiet dialogue which makes you crank the volume up so you can hear it better. Then the super loud action scene happens and the speakers to your TV explode. Stop having people take like one bite of what they ordered then leave. It's a small thing, but I've never seen it happen in real life. Or worse, order something when they just intend to talk to someone there for a couple minutes and then leave when the food arrives. Who pays for it? Sometimes they'll take out a wad of cash and throw it on the table without seeing a bill or even checking how much money they're putting down. Making movies where the one good guy defeats 20 bad guys because the 20 bad guys attack the one good guy one by one. When I watch these fight scenes nowadays, I ignore the main fight and look at the other bad guys waiting their turn. It's hilarious AF. They strike weird poses, fall over themselves, or just writhe around like zombies. Some recent movies try to avoid this by closing in on the fight itself, which usually makes things even more confusing and incoherent. Spoiling the film in the trailers. Or showing all the best funniest scenes in the trailer and then leaving you wondering WTF am I watching when watching the movie itself. Or they misrepresent the movie entirely by spinning it as a comedy when it's really a drama with a couple funny bits, and only those funny bits make the trailer. The worst one I saw was Batman v Superman, where they give away in the trailers that Batman and Superman join up at the end to fight a common enemy, completely did away with any mystery of how such a rivalry would be resolved. Pretending people can actually have a conversation in a bar without yelling, having conversations on public transit, sitting next to others while talking about top secret stuff, terrorism, etc., murder cover-ups, and not worried at all that someone might be listening. Reboots and sequels. Come up with something new. Especially quit with making substandard remakes of successful non-English language films. Market the originals and trust people to be able to follow subtitles instead of producing plastic knockoffs. Having dialogue you can barely hear so you turn the sound up only for it to be followed by explosions or super dramatic music that rattles your speakers and eardrums. Creepy, controlling, manipulative, stalkerish behavior being presented as romantic. Just know making them rich and gorgeous doesn't make it okay either. Female characters who are kick-ass good or kick-ass evil, usually having the sole motivation of some man done her wrong. CGI is not a replacement for a strong story, engaging character development, and good actors. It's like getting a pretty gift box on your birthday and finding out that there's actually no gift inside. Redirect some of the budget towards substance rather than style. Casting middle-aged women to play elderly women and just making their hair white. Casting late 20s early 30s women to play middle-aged women and just dressing them in frumpy clothes. Casting late 20s actors to play high school students. Just hanging up after a phone conversation without saying bye. Pisses me off for some reason. And agreeing to go on a date with someone and just leaving without exchanging a time or location. How does Saturday sound? Oh, Saturday is perfect. Great. See you then. This may sound ridiculous, but here it is. I fucking cannot stand characters who are driving and talking to a passenger, but not watching the road. They think the same courtesy rules of eye contact apply even when you're a conversant behind the wheel. You're driving a vehicle. Watch the road, not the person to whom you're talking. Bonus points if the scene is in a city setting, especially if it's New York. You'd think they'd encounter at least one red light or person crossing the road. I said once on a different thread, I'd love to see someone do an edit where they add sound effects, like horns blaring, crashing, thuds, people screaming. Inserting romance in movies shows that don't need it. Not every guy and gal that meet on screen have to end up together. Despite what PUAs might say, they can just be friends. And how about romance between two characters who appear to have zero chemistry and no attraction to each other, making women perfect all the time? I don't want to see a post-apocalyptic world or a safari adventure where the women have their makeup done, hair styled and armpits shaved. It's incredibly unrealistic, but then again, so is everything else. All the guys look like mountain men, but the women look like supermodels on their off days. Portraying love at first sight. Show us the actual, drawn-out, awkward, friends-to-lovers shit that happens in real life. Treating casual nudity like it's R-rated. Sexual nudity, sure, I get it. But then mass violence, gore, killing, and people exploding is PG-13. Using Kevin Hart, The Rock and Ryan Reynolds in every damn thing depicting allergies and asthma as either nerdy, all-in-your-head conditions that a person can outgrow through confidence and personal will. Or that glasses and braces equals nerd equals ugly nerdy shy girl, to take off glasses and let hair down to become surprise stunner. How about she is nerdy quirky whatever and the other actor/actress just likes them as they are? You can still have the romance angle, but it doesn't have to be this reveal to a new person.